Hello and welcome back to Get Crafted Tutorials. I have a brand new laser cutting tutorial set up for you guys, which is a name puzzle. Let's go to tools and materials. Okay, so you can see a lot of wood on my desk today. The sheets that you are seeing, I have different sizes, are balsa wood sheets. The thickness is around 3 millimeters. I am going to link everything in bio as well. These are ideally for small projects. I also always use my scraping leftovers because it's handy to go ahead and cut small parts or double of letters. Towards assembly, I use this white glue that is made and specialized for wood. You can always obtain also for a 3M sheet. That way you can go ahead and remove this white side and just paste it on your project, ideally an entire sheet, and then it will cut into the wood but also into your glue. This way you can just go ahead and peel off the backside and paste it on each other. For Lasercutter itself, I am using my Creality Falcon 2 22 watts. Now for step 1, laser cutting and the design itself. I am going to use Cricut Design Space. I know it is a hack that I absolutely wanted to implement. So just let's start with a new canvas and add an image. The image will be the shape of our name puzzle. So I wanted to use a cloud instead of a rectangle or a circle. So the second one seems really great for me. So I'm just going to make it bigger. What we also are going to do already is change the color of the shape to red. You'll see why. For those that know LightBurn already know why, I think. I'm just going to add a title as well and name this shape backside just to keep it a tad visual on my Cricut Design Space canvas, because this will be the first layer of our name puzzle, meaning when you put the letters, this will be the layer below. So there you go. We are going to duplicate the cloud because we are going to cut out the name and the cloud needs to be the same shape. For the second step on this layer, we're going to add the name. Of course, it's a name puzzle, so I'm just going to use a small name. Let's just put this name in it. What's really important as well is the font of your name, because you do want it to be that thicker than not really thin. You can do it thin, but just because it's a name puzzle, you want to play with fonts. So I'm just using this font because I do think it's really cool font to use on a name puzzle. I'll add everything in bio. So now we have the name, now we have the font. We still need some extra images that will represent some toys, you know, some shapes on a name puzzle. I do not want to use animals because I think it's already done before. So I'm just going to add some cool shapes such as toys, a hot air balloon. I wanted to use a plane as well, a train. So let's just go ahead and add those to the canvas. So I'm just going to use images as well. Make sure I use some images that are clean and easy to cut. If they're in layers such as these ones, then I'm just going to go ahead and combine all of these just to make one shape of my image, which will make it really nice and easy to cut. So I'm going to weld them. I love a air balloon, so I really do think this is a tad small on my name puzzle. I really wanted to get bigger, just a tad. It's really, yeah, I think it's a bit too small, so I'm going to adjust my name. This is also part of the project, you guys. You always have to play with your design. It can be time consuming. Okay, but now we have our name and I do think it's perfect this way. There you go. So let's add some other images as well. So as I said, I want to have some wooden toys effects. So an airplane, ooh, I love this one. This one is really retro. So just add this one as well. Yeah, my mind is going immediately to the airplane farm. Maybe it can be a challenge, but let's just test it out. I'll add a train as well. The first one is perfect. Doesn't have to be a complicated train. You can go for the full train as well, but let's just use this one for now. And then maybe in the next tutorial. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller. Okay, so you do want to keep that distance within the name puzzle. And just to make it all complete, let's add a bit. Oh, I love this one. Yeah, but it has color, so we're going to do the same thing as we did with the air balloon. I do know I just moved over, but I did add a star to the air balloon as well, just to give it a bit more form in the design. So I just took a star and placed it inside the air balloon and cut it out. Okay, so now we have the back side. We have our top side, but we still, so what it's going to do is going to cut out the forms, but we still do need a double of the toys and name as well, because you do want to have it 2 layers. This way it sticks out of the name puzzle. So there you go. We have our doubles, and I do think we still, okay, I'm just going to save it just to make sure. I'm going to put it in my Get Crafty project map on Cricut. So again, it's coming because we want to have this in LightBurn afterwards. So this is all the setup, and then we still have to get rid of all of the forms here and just go ahead and subtract them. Okay, that was everything in Cricut. So now we have to go to step 2, which is LightBurn, the software for our Lasercutter. We will just take a screenshot of this and go to our LightBurn and add the screenshot to our sheet. We'll go to Image Trace, just go ahead and click it, and you can see that everything that was red is contoured in purplish or pink. You can click on OK, and now we're just going to click on the white and remove it, delete, and you'll see that everything is already ready. Now it's on black, we're just going to make sure that we'll put it on red because red equals our cutting, our laser cutting. So our project is good to go. That simple. That's simple. Doesn't need to be complicated. Now everything is grouped, so we can go ahead and ungroup them. We do not want this one because it needs to be grouped. You do not want to mess that up. So you just keep the pieces grouped. But this is really easy because I'm not going to cut them all up at once. I want to make sure that I put some things on the side, like the cloud, that's for later. Same with these, and then just go ahead and cut up the simple shape. So you can get messy. You do have to make sure that you do not touch the other project. So I'm going to make okay. Now I can group them and do the same. So I'll put it here. So that means the only thing that will be cut is the one that is on your sheet. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just going to save my projects just to make it really clear. And then we need to check our settings. For the settings, it's really simple. I'm just going to connect my laser cutting. So by clicking on home, I make sure that it's connected. And these are the settings I use to cut in the balsa wood. So I always use 100 speed. You can double click it and then you can see, okay, I'm going to do 4 passes to make sure that it's really cut, and speed just remains on 2000 to cut really through it. You can go ahead and click on preview and just see how many times it takes, and just go to our laser and frame. The framing ensures that the wood you're using really captures the entire project. Once you're sure that that is okay, you can just go ahead and click on start. So I'm going to do start, and now it's really cutting. So let's just go ahead and give you a preview on the laser cutting. It's going to take approximately 5 minutes, but I'm going to fast forward to step 3, laser cutting itself. Okay, so this is my laser cutter. I've just put it on fast forward and at the speed because it does take a lot of time. This is 5 minutes in a small video, but as you can see, he just goes through the passes, the entire project until it's finished. So this is the results once I've opened it up. Be careful with a laser cutter to always use the right protection because it does have a lot of fume. I am going to make a separate tutorial about my laser cutter, but this is the project being cut out as well. So now that we have everything cut out, let's move over to step 4, which is the assembly of our project. I already applied this white glue to my project, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and paste it on the other side. This is the side that has cut out the forms, and make sure that everything is set up. We also have the D, so I'm going to put that small piece as well on the plate. Okay, so for the next part, I'm going to polish and glue the pieces, the loose pieces together. I'm also going to give them a quick basic paint just to give a touch on it. I'll continue using my white glue and I'll fast forward to the actual results afterwards. This is the painted version, and let's go to step 3, which is the final result of our project. These are the final results of the name puzzle. So the cut was perfect. The double layer also just makes it really nice and easy to take out the letters and forms of the name puzzle. The paint is a bit rough because I did do it rather quickly, so it was really next day material. But I do think if you take the time for painting, if you do the extra layers, if you maybe just keep it unpainted in wood, it might be really nice. So this is the end of my tutorial. Thank you for watching another KitCrafty tutorial. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and like this video. Do comment and share your experience and what you would do differently, or maybe what you want to do in the future. And we'll see you again in the next one.